Okay, so I just got finished calling leads for the first time. I did 25 today. It took me about 45 minutes to an hour to call all 25 and leave notes for them. And I thought it was going to be a lot worse. I thought I was going to get a lot more angry people. These leads are a little bit in between. They're a little bit warmer because they came from our website. So they may have already been contacted before, but the leads were passed on to me. So one guy answered, and as a lot of people are seeing right now, he said that he was having difficulty because in a week he's potentially going to have to switch jobs, and I can play that phone call after this and tell you my thoughts about that one. But yeah, so that was good to kind of get practice for that specific scenario, because I think that's going to come up a lot more right now. And kind of what I said is like, he said he was looking maybe in another 5 or 6 months after everything kind of blows over and he's able to, have a stable job and everything. And I said, perfectly agree. Like, there's no, right now we need to have more, completely like honest conversations. You should in general, but especially right now, if you genuinely think that, yeah, it may be better to purchase in a few months, you should always say what you genuinely think. And I genuinely think it may be better to purchase in a few months, so that's what I said. And I agreed with him, said, yeah, make sure you get a stable job, and that's going to be the right way to go about it. As for the other leads, I got a few people answering saying they weren't sure where the calls came from and everything, where they signed up online for it and stuff like that, and said that they weren't looking to buy or sell. So those were a little bit shorter conversations. And then I got one call back from a lady. She was really nice, and she said that she's waiting to see if everything blows over. They're renting right now, and she's okay with me contacting her every once in a while and checking in and seeing giving her some updates on the market, stuff like that, and seeing where they're at. So for both those people and a lot of other people on the list, I may try to figure out what kind of videos I can make to kind of tailor the information to that crowd, and possibly send them the YouTube links to that and stuff like that, and invite them to the webinars that me and Vlad are doing. And yeah, it was a good learning experience today. It's cool. And what I'll do right now is I'll play that one phone call where I was actually able to talk to the guy for a few minutes, so you guys can see how I handled that. Maybe give me some advice on what I could do better, what I did good, and just figure out your own plan for that specific situation if the conversation comes up for you. My name's Antonio. I know this is kind of out of the blue. One of our agents a long time ago spoke to you about looking for a home in San Jose and Fremont, and I know a lot of things had changed recently, so I was just reaching out to see if if your guys' plans have changed, if you started looking again, and if there's any questions I could answer.
No, we're not looking for it now.
Okay. Is there a specific reason why? Are you guys trying to save up a little bit more or anything like that?
Yeah, it may take a little while now because of I think our job situation has changed. Okay. So right now, the first focus is to find a job before we think about a house. So.
Okay. What field are you in?
Engineering.
Engineering? Okay. Huh. What were you doing before?
I was in computer security.
Computer security? Okay, because my other job that I do is I work over at stuff like that, and I know a lot of people that I know a lot of people at these different companies and stuff like that. So I'll keep an eye out. You were doing were you doing like the security networking?
Cybersecurity product development.
Cybersecurity crime development, is that what you said?
Product
development.
Cybersecurity product development, yeah.
Okay. Let me write that down so I can remember. Cybersecurity product development. Okay. Have you been going to any interviews or anything like that, or have all these places held off on interviews?
Just trying to set that up, but it's because I'm at the senior level, somebody has to.
They got to see you in person.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or at least it takes a there are not that many openings, but there are enough to line up. So I've just started lining up. My job situation is changing by end of this week, so I still have a job today, but starting next week I don't. So
Okay.
so we just started thinking about that, and once we figure something out, then we'll think about what to do on the house side.
Yeah, because obviously you have to be stable in the job before that. So, yeah, so I mean, ideally it would probably be you get a job and then wait a few months to
Exactly.
make sure this blows over, and then once everything starts going back to normal. But we just had a webinar today talking about why it would be a good time to sell, and one of the perks to waiting a few months, if that is what you want to do, which sounds like a good idea, in my personal opinion too, from what you said your personal situation was, one of the perks to that is I think no matter what, after a few months, that some of the things the government is doing to kind of artificially drive the prices up or maintain the housing market right now, they can only keep that up for so long, and the damage is kind of already done. And I think it's very likely that if we're not in a recession, we're going to go into one. And the only difference is, depending on how long this stuff goes on, is going to be the difference between whether or not we go into a normal recession or an extended one. And the difference between the two will be either a small to medium discount on houses or a very large discount on prices. So I think in 4 to 6 months, you should be able to get a pretty good deal.
That's what I'm counting on. Yeah.
So hopefully you have a stable job by then, and in 3 months or something like that. If you're okay, if you're okay with me contacting you every once in a while, just to check in on things, then we could start, just kind of figuring out your criteria and stuff like that, and taking a look at the market, just in case deals come up sooner or later. But yeah.
Sounds good.
All right. Thank you very much, man, and thanks for being cordial. All right. Bye. Okay. So he's still looking. Just needs, get a job. So I think what I did good is, even though he said, we're not looking right now, I was able to kind of quickly figure out a way to, continue on by asking, hey, why are you not still looking? And figure out that yes, he still wants to purchase a home. It's just in that 5 to 6 month out region. And since he is at the VP level, it's pretty likely he's going to be able to get a job. So yeah,